Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. My name is Velile. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa. If you are new on this channel, you are welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment and like this video. On this channel, I talk about everything lifestyle from home decor, home living, food and travel. I have a great passion for rural development in South Africa. I am a village girl by nature and love to see the developments in South Africa and sharing them with you. So join me as I'm going to KwaZulu-Natal to explore two villages that are of my interest for now. So come along with me. Let me put on my glasses because it's going to be a long road to or trip to KwaZulu Natal. I'm going to be hitting two villages that I'm going to explore, which were recommended by you guys. It is Adams and Umbumbulu in KwaZulu Natal. Very interesting story about these two villages. They are very close to the city of Durban, and they are set up in a very tropical area. Actually, I'm just going to be showing you the contrast between villages and the level of development between villages, because this one has developed to a very extreme and it's got its own history and it's got its own future that is very obvious to the people who are observing the developments that are happening there. So come with me. I'm going to be showing you exactly some exciting stories. If you want to move into any tribal land in KwaZulu-Natal, I will recommend that you also look at Adams and also Umbumbulu. Those are very, very good areas. Although they are not similar to the villages that I've been showing you previously, but they do have their own potential and they have similar history as the other villages that are in in the outskirts of KwaZulu-Natal. Besides KwaZulu-Natal, actually, I'm trying to look at the contrast between villages that are in South Africa and the level of development, how they are developing. Some are just developing slowly and some are developing into a very extreme, and we're going to talk about why and how come these other villages are developing so much so fast, and hence others are very developing very slow, and what will be your preference. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to be able to choose better of which villages are suitable for you. If you are a person who loves a very quiet life, peaceful life, you will have your own choice. But also there are villages that are developing so fast, and the level of peace is just no longer there, and I will tell you why. So join me as I'm riding with you now to go to KwaZulu-Natal. It's going to be a long trip, guys, so stay with me. I love you guys. Thank you again for all the subscribers that have subscribed and people who are just commenting. I really appreciate it. You guys have been so wonderful, and it is quite a very good topic. I know it's very critical for everybody else to talk about, because the land issue in South Africa is still something to talk about. We cannot hide away from talking about it, and how we're going to be able to make use of this land. We need to show people that we can, and yes, we can, and we have been. It's just that opportunities have not been there. Now that there are opportunities, then why not? Let's just do it. So come and ride with me, guys. Thank you for tuning in again. I'll see you later. Oh, well, first thing first, let's load up petrol so that we can ride without any disturbances, get some snack before we hit the road. It's going to be a long drive, 6 hours from Johannesburg to KZN, and I just need you guys to ride with me. Let's sit and just enjoy this ride. Getting out of Johannesburg is always a hassle. We have to go through a lot of traffic, but let's go through this, and then after that we'll have a smooth ride towards Durban, and I cannot wait to show you what I have in store for you guys. So let's just hold on, let's get to it. Thank you guys for hanging in there. We are almost there. We are almost close to Durban, and I'm nice and exhausted, but I'm on a mission to go and explore two villages, Umbumbulu and Adams, which are in eThekwini. These two villages are very impressive. They are still governed by the customary law, they are still considered rural areas of South Africa, and they are villages in their own rights. But the development in here has been on an extreme in such a way that you can see that even the government has made sure that infrastructure is there and people are able to move around and do business and also live in their homes in a better and respectful manner as everybody else wants. So let's hit the first village, which is Umbumbulu, and I'll show you guys how impressive this village is. I really love this village. It is close to eThekwini, and it's also still rural areas, but you are never going to say you'll feel like you are in a suburban area of some kind. Just look at the road as you are approaching. It's very nicely done considering the other villages that I've been showing you, where you enter and you can feel the atmosphere of a village. Yes, we don't see much mountains here like the other villages, but yes, it's quite of the development that we all want to see in the villages. We are seeing a lot of wiring, bus stops where you can tell that the infrastructure has been developed so much that to make life easy for the people who are living here, which is good. The village is situated in a very tropical area. Look how green this is and so beautiful. And people are really utilizing the land to the greatest. Look at this. This person has decided to build rentals on their plot. That means people come in and rent over there, and this person is able to make money through rentals. Remember, eThekwini is close to the ocean, and you get a lot of people who come from other provinces or outside of South Africa to come and have a good life in this area. So they will have a place to rent cheap and which is very good. And also people are still into farming, as you can see with the one that we just passed, right? People are still making sure that they have their own livestock and they're able to keep their life the way it's supposed to be in the rural areas. As you can see there from the distance, people, they still keep the rondavels, which is the small houses where we connect with our ancestors. And this is very much impressive because, when you're starting to have developments, people sometimes they lose who they are, and these people are still keeping who they are, sticking to their roots and their cultural roots. And I love to see that. It's very impressive because we are able to do things in such a way that we are not being criticized for losing who we are later on. As you can see, that rondavel over there, it has been modernized, but it still serves the purpose. People still go in there and connect with their ancestors. And then you can see here, this person used their land to build a daycare center. That is business. I mean, like, you don't have to live on your plot, but you can also make it business for the future generation, and also it's servicing the community. So that person saw a potential for business and they utilize their plot for business purposes, which is very good. You can still see, the houses are still scattered somewhere, somehow. It is still has that feel of a rural kind of village, and it's still governed by the customary law. People here don't have title deeds. They get lease. You get a lease, or when you are purchasing land, whether through a chief or you are purchasing it through a person who has owned the land and now they want to subdivide their land and sell you part of their land. They give you a lease, which is a receipt that you have bought the land. You can prove that the land belongs to you. So this is a potential for people who are coming from outside to be able to come in and buy land here. So here is an opportunity. It answers the questions that you guys have been asking me for a long time. How can you buy land in rural areas? I'm going to move into Adams. Adams is very much impressive also, still holds the same history as Umbumbulu and has developed the same way as Umbumbulu, which is very much impressive. You are going to be stunned. And I'm like, my jaw is dropping how people are building beautiful houses here. Look at this. You can tell people are building closer to each other. That means people have used their land and subdivided it and sold it to another person. That means that's an opportunity for a person who's coming outside to be able to buy land here. You've been asking me, how do you buy land if you don't have any ancestral lineage to that village? So here it is. That answers your question. I'll tell you why. People don't want to have title deeds for so many reasons. because title deeds are a capitalist system way of doing things. And for black people in South Africa, they've been without land for a long time, and they've been living under oppression for a long time. So this land for them is nothing but treasure, because if you are living in the city, you are working in the city, and you have so much debt of one way or the other, or you are married in community of property, and your partner messes up on their own finances, if people have to come and repossess anything else, this is what they will never touch, because you don't have a title deed. So that means it doesn't count as one of the properties that you own that can be attached or one way or the other, unless you got a bond from a bank to be able to build here. But anyway, I don't know. But the reason behind title deeds, that is the reason why Ingonyama Trust is just avoiding these title deeds. The title deeds, they will make people poor. They will make you lose everything that your ancestors have left for you. So people are using leases in this type of villages. I would encourage people to look at that way instead of title deeds, because title deeds are really, it's like you're opening a grave for yourself. You are now, you have to expose everything that you have, and it gets attached. When people are coming to repossess everything, and if you have debt of any kind, you're not paying taxes, you're not doing whatever, you will have all of this attached, and then your family, everybody else will lose everything just because of that. The capitalist system sometimes is just not good for us, because it is made for us to be able to lose things in the long run. People do get loans to build all of these things sometimes. Some other people do not go and get loans, guys. They build slowly until they have their houses done. Other people, you will see, they just build one room, and then it keeps on growing and growing. Can you imagine, you've worked hard for all of that, and then later on somebody else comes in and attach everything because you owe somebody else some money some way? It's just not so good. But anyway, I really love these two villages. They've shown so much development. I like the fact that people are still sticking to the rural feel of it. You still have people selling cows, as you can see, and goats. This is wonderful to see. That means people are trading, and they're able to utilize the land to the fullest. I still encourage people, if we move in this way to the rural areas, yes, there will be an opportunity for a capitalist to come in and try to invade. And look at this now. People are about to, I've been reading, people are in these villages in Umbumbulu and Adams. They are being told now they have to pay rates and taxes. Okay, that's fine. It's good to pay for all of those things. But you know what? It's still our tribal land. We still need to make sure that we preserve it the way we are, because it's the only thing that black people have in South Africa. Once it's attached to any title deed, a title deed is just a grave that you are digging for yourself, because everything will be attached and you lose everything, including this. If you have any debt that you have created one way or the other, or your spouse has created and you are married in community property, everything will be attached. Sometimes we say do away with title deeds. We don't need title deeds for rural areas. We really don't need title deeds for tribal land. We don't want that. It's still another oppressive way of just keeping a black person under control one way or the other. I'm sorry to talk politics, but that's just the way it is. Thank you for tuning in, and I really love you guys. Love your comments, and we are on 2,000 subscribers now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye.